With good news for today from Baptist Press, I'm Brandon Porter. SendRelief is partnering with Lifeline Children's Services, the Regen Foundation, Heritage Ukraine, and the Romania Without Orphans Alliance to provide training on caring for Ukrainian refugees. Missionaries Madison and Yuriy Perekoity, who are currently in the U.S., will return to Europe beginning in late April to train churches in ministering to refugees. Experts believe it will take years for the Ukrainian refugees to be reestablished after the war with Russia is finished. Vulnerable to post-traumatic stress disorder, refugees typically lose their sense of felt safety and can become vulnerable in looking for ways to cope. That's according to Beth Perez, the Director of Global Education for Lifeline Children's Services. She says refugees can face lingering challenges that expose them to ills such as exploitation, substance abuse, and spousal abuse. In an article on Baptist Press, Todd Gray, Executive Director of the Kentucky Baptist Convention, shares about a conversation he had while meeting people in a local community. Gray said he and a pastor were visiting neighborhood residents when they struck up a conversation with a man who said he was an atheist. Near the end of the conversation, the man admitted he probably believed there was a God, but didn't know much about him. Gray shared a short explanation of the gospel of Jesus Christ and asked the man if he'd ever heard it before. To Gray's surprise, the man said no. Gray said he left the interaction stunned that a man who lived in a community with dozens of churches had never heard the story of the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ and how Christ takes away the sins of those who repent and turn to Him. He said the conversation has driven him to prayer. He wrote, "Join me in praying that followers of Jesus will be faithful to deliver the gospel to every home day after day and year after year until everyone has heard."
Good News for Today is made possible through our friends at the Voice of the Martyrs, a nonprofit organization that serves persecuted Christians around the world. Founded in 1967 by Richard and Sabina Wurmbrand, VOM is dedicated to inspiring believers to deepen their commitment to Christ and to fulfill His Great Commission, no matter the cost. Find out more and sign up for their free monthly magazine at vom.org/goodnews.
As the celebration for Easter 2022 is now behind us, some Christians may be wondering what comes next. That's the focus of a recent Bible study from Lifeway on Baptist Press. Referencing the Gospel of Matthew, it says Jesus gave a specific command that's to be fulfilled by all His followers. He left us with a promise. The primary command is to make disciples. A disciple is one who seeks to follow actively and consistently the teaching of another. You can read more at baptistpress.com. Thanks for listening to Good News.